Hey, and welcome back to firmly the second quarter of this challenge, meaning it's 60 days and we're past 15, so almost a third of the way there. What is the challenge? I have an app. It's in public beta right now. It's called Compass Calendar. Here's the landing page. The app works. It's cool. It needs a little more improvements before it's like friggin' sick, but it's out there and it just needs more people to use it. It needs a little more feedback. It needs a little more love before it gets off the ground. And I need to fix my lighting. Hold on. I look like Sith Lord here. All right. Overhead lighting makes everyone look better. I'm trying out with a different camera so I can record on the main camera so I can look crispier on the shorts so maybe more people will watch. That's the theory. Anyway, I was talking about this app. And if you haven't tuned in until recently, let me catch you up. First week, made a roadmap. Then we started making the app better. That was basically all of the second week with a small little pivot to launch it to Product Hunt. And then this week, on my end at least, it's been concocting ways to convince people to come to my landing page, which you just saw there. The first way was, not the email. First way was from a previous week called Visualize My Life, or My Life in Weeks, where you add your birthday and it shows how many little dots you got left, where every dot is a week. Results are underwhelming. It's like people think it's cool, but it has not like taken off and attracted a ton of new people. So this week I said, okay, what else could we do? How about a good old lead magnet, like a more compelling personal lead magnet? This is kind of personal, but it's also like, I don't know. It's like a one-time thing, and I don't think people really like crave to see this out the gate. Like if you're looking at your feed and you saw this, you'd probably be like, So I want something a little more triggering in a positive sense. Like I want people to perk up a little bit when they see this and be like, ooh, I have to click this because this looks interesting. So that's what this personality quiz, that's how this came about. I'm calling it your productivity archetype. So imagine you're on Facebook or wherever and it says discover your productivity archetype. And then you're like, And I tease how there's 4 archetypes: the workhorse, the sprinter, the optimizer, and the visionary. And I should update this a little bit to say how there's only 11 questions. Only 11 questions, yes or no. Oh yeah, answer 11 questions to identify your productivity superpowers. And then you go like this. And I actually have to fix this because it's here, but it's not capturing emails. Oops, hold on. This might actually be someone's email, so I'm going to just spice it up a little. There we go. All right, so the actual quiz, you can see the request is being made and it says it's being captured, but I think there's some kind of error on the back end that I'm going to have to fix. I'm going to do it real quick off stream. Anyway, quiz. Yes, no. Questions, 11 of them fun. Then you get your category. And then I have a couple sections that explain your category, and then a call to action to try the app. So all well and good. I don't know. First time doing something like this, I was kind of happy with it. I still do feel like the content is actually useful and interesting to me. It's not just like a spammy, I don't know, like I was like some of those Harry Potter quizzes where it's like you're Hufflepuff, and it's like, okay, cool. What does it mean to be Hufflepuff? What do I do with that information? Where do I go next? How do I find other Hufflepuffers? It's been a while since I've done that Harry Potter one. I think I was Gryffindor. I don't know. I'm not a big Harry Potter guy. Anyway, while I was doing this, Victor, our other engineer, was making the product better, and so let me steal his good work and show you what it does now. So, before this wasn't here, it was only on the week view. Before, you couldn't reorder your events. Before, you couldn't click here and go to the other views. So the now view has this now, and the day view does. And the week view over here, I think, is untouched. This was here for a while. So it feels more cohesive. Without these changes, people are like, I'm lost. I don't know. I don't really get it. Where do I go? Like day view, weekday now, that whole concept is like tricky. It's the names don't connect to the shortcuts because the shortcuts are 1, 2, 3. So it just takes a little bit for the new people to figure out, what is this app? And then, some people just don't like the natural ordering here. So now you can sort with a drag and drop. And you could imagine how in the future you might want to plop it on the grid. But now it's just going to snap back. Pretty cool. I haven't even looked at this code yet. So it's fun to just pull up the app and see, hey, it got better. All while I'm trying to convince people to use the app. So Victor came through, and now I got to come through and get our numbers up, get more people coming to the site. So yeah, the PR is 95% done, and I'm gonna finish it off screen in Stream. So let's just call it done and say we can send a link to that lead magnet. People will fill it out. I'll be able to track the traffic and analytics to see how well it's going, and then I'll be able to capture some emails to re-engage them, have the opportunity to update these people, so I don't just lose them forever. So now I need a way to get out of my IDE, get out of my little bubble, and go out into the world, the digital world, and share this with people. So now it's time to do some outreach. And I was thinking on Stream today, we could make the plan, come up with some strategies, maybe automate some of it, but just set myself up so off Stream I can actually pull up my email and everything and rip through it. And do it in a way where it feels good. I believe I have the intent behind this explained here. Improve top of metric funnel. That sounds about right. So yeah, this is what I've been talking about, and some ideas I already threw down here. LinkedIn posts, podcast interviews. So I like this idea. I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like I could crush it on a podcast. So that'll probably just be DMs or emails. Maybe some partnerships with people who have apps or communities in line with our own productivity app. I also have a whole Notion page of like 50 sites, probably like 20 to 50 sites where they want to know about your new app. And so if some of those are as simple as like just posting your app name and the URL and that's it, and some of them want a whole like application and a whole review process, and then maybe they'll feature you on their site after they try the app themselves. So yeah, maybe I'm thinking, since the podcasts will take some scheduling, some back and forth, when are you free, blah blah blah, we should start there, and we should start with the plan. I'm a big planner. As you can see, go figure, I made a planner app. So let's come up with a plan, and maybe this might be a good excuse to use ChatGPT agent or one of these other agents to scour the internet and find the right audience that I need. That'd be pretty ideal. So I'm not going to create a separate task just because I don't want to flood this repo with things that aren't really like code related. So probably just do it in Notion or in our own pages. Notion pages, yeah. So let's do it. I'm just going to toggle agent right away instead of normally I would create a spec for it and then be like, follow the spec. But let's see if it's going to do that on its own. Oh, I didn't tell it the issue. But it's going anyway. It's probably fine. Oh, it's going to product hunt. Man, yeah, so these look like pretty relevant links, and it probably read them faster than I would have. It's already getting articles, data. Keeping it short and focused. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm guessing this is going to be kind of generic advice, but might be a good reminder. What would be really great is if it just finds the right podcasts. Like that's probably going to be the thing that takes up the most time. I would just create a template where I'm like, okay, here's the email or here's the demo, and get it set up once and then not spam, but keep reusing it. But getting that list of like actually relevant podcasts is probably the tricky part. Maybe I'll queue that up on another AI while this one's cooking. So let's see what Perplexity's got. All right, different approach with these guys. I'm just like, find me 50. Okay, now the Tim Ferriss show. Tim, can I be on your podcast like next week? This week would be ideal. Like maybe tomorrow. You got an opening tomorrow, Tim? Okay. But some of these would be sick. Like The One Thing by Gary Keller. He wrote a book. I actually recommended him in one of the lead magnet descriptions. Problem is, seems like a stretch that some of these guys would have me on. I'd rather not go for the big whales. I just need like a carp, or I need a perch. A couple perches really. I need 11,000 people to go to the landing page, and like a Tim Ferriss show would get me hundreds of thousands of listeners at least, I would imagine. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this is probably unlikely to get on this list, and trying to send it and get lucky feels like less efficient use of my time than just finding some people who are smaller and are probably going to be more open. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if agents are even helpful here, because the model already has probably a good idea of the podcast. It's not like the podcasts themselves are super dynamic. Like they have new episodes, yeah, but the theme is probably the same. So I wonder if asking it to go explore on the internet would even be better than asking it for what it already knows about. Let's see. Another thing, I could just go old school and probably pull up the podcast charts. Like you have to add a category when you're doing a podcast. So I could just look for business and maybe narrow down to productivity, and it's probably going to be faster than this anyway. And maybe then I could do a personalized message. let's see. Productivity cast sounds promising. Let's see. Personal Productivity Club. This is it. A digital community of personal productivity enthusiasts. Hey, that's awesome. Okay, they got their own app. So this is a community. Oh, that's just an app for the community. All right, I gotta find out who's running this. Maybe reach out to one of those guys. GTD, yeah, these are the people. These are the people that need to try the app for sure. Okay, we got one good one. Rethink. Oh, I'd love to be on a UK podcast. All right, that's not looking good. This looks a little generic. Time and motions. Oh, Productivity Podcast 2.0. Here we go. Maybe just twice a month. Talking about AI. All right, I'll keep it open. What else we got? All small productivity podcasts. Content creators and professionals balancing work-life productivity. That's it, baby. Man, I should have done this a while ago. Like, there's so many podcasts and communities and networks. Like, there's no way I can stay on top of all this. And these are my people for sure. Here we go. Now we're talking. Kayla Celeste. She's got a Gmail. It's probably a small podcast. Let's pull it up on Apple. 47 stars. That's what I'm talking about. There's probably some. Are you ready to commit? Blah, blah, blah. Last episode was last month. Okay. All right. I like where this is going. The thing I'm a little worried about is just the delay. So maybe just today I focus on podcast outreach. Boom, 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 boom. And then I do some indirect, just posting on forums at night or in the morning tomorrow. But I could see myself going crazy here and just talking to everyone and them never actually scheduling with me, and that's a risk. Or not scheduling after the holidays, right? It's just I gotta get out there like yesterday. Productivity cast, yes. Okay, so let's suffice to say there are podcasts about productivity who in theory should be interested in what we've cooked up with Compass. That's encouraging. Let's see what ChatGPT has for us. Oh, it's a whole file. And there's a summary. Ooh, we got podcast matchers. All right. I'd do that. Engage with them on social media first. Yeah. It's probably the right thing to do instead of spamming. Tailor your pitch. Yeah. I'm going to be good at this. Like, I know I'm going to be good at reaching out because I had my own podcast and I know what it's like to have to try to book people. I know what it's like to get spam messages from bots. I know you can just tell. And the only thing I really cared about was that like someone effed with me. Like they really either listened to an episode or for whatever reason they were genuinely interested. So I think I got to do that. The only sad part is it does take time to do that. All right. This whole file thing's strange to me, but let's see. File servers. Okay, so maybe this is already on my Finder. I feel like there should be like a clickable chip here. Home OpenAI share podcast outreach plan. Like, I don't even think this is real. I don't think this is a real link. No. Might be hallucinating. All right. Okay, basically what we had before. Where do we go from here? Do we find the podcast matching network? No, it's going to be easier to find the podcast, that's for sure. The relationships and building it is going to be tough. Podmatch delivers 70% of bookings, while cold emailing is less effective. They're all citing this one article, Edward Strum. But let's check them out. I don't know what Podmatch is. Matching hosts and guests for podcast interviews. Okay. Now I know. Good heading. How's it work? Create your profile as a guest. Yup. Instantly match. AI powered matching. Nice. Okay, this might be perfect. This might be perfect. 32 per month. I would pay that. All right. Let's try it. I'm a podcast guest. Hang on. All right. I made an account and I gotta wait for my email to come in. Here we are. Ooh, they even make you add the code. Okay, I read that real quick. Oh, I gotta do the plan up front. No freemium. Okay, what do we get? Core functionality, affiliate commission, 3 new matches every 4 hours. 3 new matches every 4 hours. I would take that. Yeah, that seems fine. Keyword searches. I can video pitch. Okay. Incentivized bookings. What does that mean? They pay hosts when they feature me. Okay. What don't I get? I don't get the stats, filters, stats. All right. Yeah. Okay, you gotta do up front. All right, we're going to a different tab again. And we're coming back. Legal stuff. Okay. Might have to go away a bit. No? Okay. English. Man, isn't this the most fun stream you've ever been on? Part of me is like, oh no, they're not going to like this stream. It's not entertaining. And the other parts, I'm like, yo, this stuff is boring day to day. Like, it's not fun. Just a minutia. It's a grind. Just like normal stuff like this. So this is what I need to do right now. So this is what we're doing. So if you're complaining in your head, go watch Mr. Beast. But if you want to build a productivity app with me, we got to get on some podcasts. At least that's my current experiment. This is the experiment I'm running. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or not, but I know I got to do something. I know I just got to move. I got to not stop. I got to not lick my wounds and have a pity party for myself when I make a new post and no one clicks it. I just got to boom, 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 boom. That's what we're doing. So giddy up. We're still going. I will change this if I have to, but I really don't like having early meetings. I'd rather have a later meeting. Oh, I would go back, but that's all right. Okay. Cruising through this. Are you willing to share podcast episodes that you're a guest on with your audience? This is interesting because I noticed when I did shows, when I had my own podcast, the ones that did the best were when the guest shared it on their social network. Like, just the growth immediately was way better. Like, it's like duh, but some people just don't want to do it, and I get it. I did like a pop-in podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I think it's out there on the internet right now, but I haven't even watched it, and I don't think I'm going to share it because we just talked more about like life stuff, and I don't feel like that's super relevant for my productivity audience, but I don't know. Maybe I should watch it. I should watch it. Not right now though. Let's go. My one sheet. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let me find a file. Okay, we're back. We got a file. Back when I had hair. Enter your title. Make it good. Okay. Your title is your first impression. Make it relevant and compelling. It can describe you creatively in a single sentence or state your title as directly below your name. So say Tyler Dane, founder of Productivity app. Productivity app for... Let's look at that for now. Oh, a video pitch. Add a video pitch. Do I already have one out there now? Let's see, what do they want? Introduce yourself and your experience while spending most of the time on what value you'll be able to add to listeners. 2 minutes. Okay. So I feel like if I nail that part, then I can get a booking. Right? Like if you see me yapping and I'm somewhat coherent and I can explain this quickly. All right. Quick pause. Let's nail this. Let's nail what value can I give to podcast listeners? That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm just creating like a little script for myself that I can pull up when I record this. All my equipment is taken right now. I'm recording on one camera. I'm recording on a second one. I got my mic going. I'm sharing one screen, so I'm gonna have to do this afterwards. But I'll get my talking points down now. All right, that's who I am real quick. I'm the founder and developer behind Compass Calendar, the daily planner app for busy minimalists. Bit of a mouthful. It's good enough for now. And now I gotta say the value I'll be able to add to listeners. Okay. Okay, I guess one angle I'm trying to take is, um, I may not have 1 million followers or dollars or users, but I've been doing this consistently for a while, and you can learn a lot from the fact that I don't have 1 million followers, users, and dollars. Because something that I was doing initially was not working, and that is valuable. Like, because so few people ever really go for anything. Just seeing someone who goes for something and doesn't get it is kind of helpful, because then all those other people who are just about to start and are going to go from a wannabe to a wannabe who's actually trying can look at an earlier version of someone else and be like, you know what, I'm not going to do it like that. So more specifically, it'd be like hiding away in your basement and just coding nonstop and never posting about it. That's something I did because I was a perfectionist, and I wanted to just always be successful and not have any failures, and be a pinnacle of unbridled consecutive success after success after success. And now I'm like, I just want to get all my failures out there as quickly as possible. It's a total 180. It's like, let me just ship it like immediately, even if it breaks for like an edge case. It's fine. Just get it the hell out of there. And that's a total 180 from how I thought about product and what I was building early on. So that's what I'm getting at here with like the counterintuitive lessons I learned. All right, it's coming together. I'm basically saying I got some thoughts that are backed up by action on both productivity and entrepreneurship, tech entrepreneurship, startup, whatever. And I feel like that's useful. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with for now. So I'm kind of just blasting out thoughts right now, but before I send this out, I think I'm actually gonna reword this so that they're like hooks. Like when I've been listening to some podcasts, the host will be like, "Oh, you wrote down something about the surprising thing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar taught you about entrepreneurship when you were 6." just a line or a hook that really sticks with you, and then the hosts are like, "Oh, I gotta figure that out." So these points I'm making now are kind of vague and generic, and I'm gonna twist them so it sounds like something that they just can't resist reaching out and just to answer that one random weirdly structured question that I put in their head on this sheet. It's like, let's say they're getting 20 requests a day and they're skimming. I need one of these bullet points to just really, one, be true, but also like really hit and get stuck in their head and make them be like, man, I gotta find out what the hell he meant by blah, blah, blah. So I'll get there. I'll get there today. All right, trying to go a little more radical here. Like this last one, I said productivity apps should be over $20 a month for most people. For most people, I could go on about that one, but if you're using this thing every day and it's helping you get more done every single day, just the value you're getting from it is pretty insane. And so even though people have these mobile apps and web apps and they're charging $3.99 for it, I think they're underpricing basically. And yeah, some students can't afford it, and yeah, some people like $3.99 is a lot of money for them. But I don't think that makes it false that some other people are getting a lot more value than $3.99 for it. I don't know the right way to price it. Like maybe some people get a discount based on their location or their role or their age. I don't know, but to just be too afraid to charge the people who are using your app every hour of the day, every single day, because some people say they're students. I see a lot of productivity independent developers doing that, and that's why they never get to the next level, in my opinion. They're just too afraid to stand on the value that their tool is creating. Just kind of, part of me is just kind of hyping myself up because we're about to roll out pricing, and I do intend to charge a lot, but I also intend to make it a deal for the users. I intend to make each user feel like they're getting more than they're paying for, but also compared to the other productivity little apps, be like a lot more expensive than that. Little teaser, you've been warned. A little teaser. All right. Yeah, I think that's enough. So I'm going to have to massage this, put it back into the podcast profile, put it out there. So by tomorrow, hopefully I'll have an update about some comms I'm having with some podcast hosts. So that's going to be it for this stream. Off stream, I'm going to fix the bug, finish the whole lead magnet, and then come back to this and then just get the word out there more. Hey, if you watch this stream, if you're here, you helped me do that in some way, so thank you. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.